We know that multiples are the product of that number and another whole number. When we're looking at multiples for two or more numbers, we're frequently trying to find the least common multiple. The least common multiple is the first multiple that two or more numbers share. So to find the least common multiple of 8 and 12, we're going to start by finding their prime factorizations. To find the prime factorization of 8, we're going to start by breaking it down into the factor pair 4 times 2. 2 is prime and 4 is not, so we're going to break 4 down again into 2 times 2. So that tells us our prime factorization of 8 in order is 2 times 2 times 2. Now we can look at the prime factorization of 12. We're going to break 12 down into the factor pair of 6 times 2. 2 is prime, 6 is not, so we're going to break 6 down into 3 times 2. Those are both prime, so in order, the prime factorization of 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. Now we're going to use their common prime factors to find their least common multiple. To find the least common multiple using prime factorization, we want to use the most of each prime factor. So here in 8, we have 1, 2, 3 2's, and over here in 12, we have 1, 2 2's. So we want to use which one had the most 2's. 8 has 3 2's, so we're going to use all 3 2's from the 8. Now over here in 12, they have 1 3, and 8 has no 3's. So 12 has the most 3's. So we're going to use that 3 from 12. Well, the prime factorizations only use 2's and 3's, so we know we have all the prime factors for our least common multiple now. We can go through and multiply those together. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24. So now we know the least common multiple of 8 and 12 is going to be 24. We can also use prime factorization to find the least common multiple of more than two values. To find the least common multiple of 12, 30, and 40, we're going to start by finding the prime factorization of each. For the prime factorization of 12, we're going to start with the factor pair of 6 times 2. 2 is prime, 6 is not, so we're going to go ahead and break 6 down again into 3 times 2. Those are both prime, so in order, the prime factorization of 12 comes out to be 2 times 2 times 3. For the prime factorization of 30, we're going to start with the factor pair 3 times 10. 3 is prime, 10 is not, so we're going to go ahead and break 10 down into 5 times 2. Both of those are in prime, so in order, the prime factorization of 30 is 2 times 3 times 5. Looking at the prime factorization of 40, we're going to start with the factor pair 4 times 10. Neither of those is prime, so we need to break down both of them. For 4, we'll use 2 times 2, and for 10, we'll use 2 times 5. All of those values are prime, so that tells us the prime factorization of 40 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. Now when we look for their least common multiple, we need to look at what prime factors occur and how many times they occur. We'll start with 2. 12 has 2 2's, 30 has 1 2, and 40 has 3 2's. For the least common multiple, we want to use the most of each prime factor. So since 40 has 3 2's, we'll use those 3 as part of our least common multiple. Next, let's look at 3's. 12 has 1 3, 30 has 1 3, 40 has no 3's. So the most number of times that 3 occurs is ones. So we're going to use 1 3 as part of our least common multiple. 2's and 3's, 2's and 3's, and then a 5. 5 occurs once, no times, once. So we're going to use 1 5 as part of our least common multiple. Checking 40, we just have 2's and 5's, so that's all our different prime factors. Now we can multiply those together. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24, 24 times 5 gives me 120. So this tells us our least common multiple of 12, 30, and 40 comes out to be 120. Check out the other videos in our playlist and don't forget to click on subscribe. Thanks for watching!